Welcome to this morning yoga routine. This is a full body beginner friendly practice for day 8 of the 30 days of yoga for beginners. When you're ready, we'll begin in a seated position. Find a comfortable seat. It could be cross-legged or you could stack one foot over the top of the other. Then rest your hands on your knees and sit up tall, stacking the head over the tailbone. Close your eyes if it helps you to concentrate. And we'll take the first few moments here just to tune in with the breath and the body. If you like, you could find your ujjayi as you breathe in and out through the nose. And with each exhale, relax your shoulders, soften the muscles in your face, and anywhere else that you may be feeling a little tense. Take a deep breath in, exhale and sigh out. Then open your eyes. Start to circle your belly, going a few times in one direction. You could start with a small circle and then make the circles gradually bigger. And then switch directions now. Come back through center. Rest your fingertips lightly on your shoulders, and we'll twist to the right with an inhale, and to the left with an exhale. Keep this going in time with your breath. You can go slow or pick up the pace. Start to slow it down. Finish twisting to the right and the left. And come back through center and relax your arms by your side. Turn to face the front of your mat and have your knees bent with the hands resting behind the backs of the legs. Sit back, trying to keep your back straight, shoulders relaxed. And lift your feet to bring your lower legs level with the ground. Draw in the lower belly. And as best you can, try to find balance, focusing the gaze on one spot whilst we pause in boat pose. If you're feeling okay here, you could relax your arms by your side. Keeping the breath steady. Breathing in through the nose. Out through the nose or mouth. Hold for one more inhale. Exhale and lower the feet down. And swing your legs around to come into our tabletop position on hands and knees, with the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Place a towel under the knees if you need some padding. And move in a circular motion to warm up the wrists. Spreading the fingers here, gripping the mat with your fingertips. Going a few times in one direction. And then in the other direction. Come back through center, turn your fingers to face the side of the mat. And we'll rock from side to side here. As you do this, you can lean a little bit more weight into one hand and then switch to take the weight into the other. Turn the fingers to face forward. On your inhale, arch the back and gaze forward for cow pose. As you exhale, round the back, lifting the heart to come into cat. Inhale as you arch the back. Think of opening your chest here. Exhale as you round. Think of lifting the back of the heart. Keep this going, moving in time with your breath. Trying to really focus on what is going on in each part of your spine as you move, so you become more aware of your body. Come back to neutral. Then rock forward to send the shoulders past the wrists. Engage your glutes and your abdominals as you bend your arms and lower down through a modified chaturanga, coming down to the belly. Bring the forearms to the mat for Sphinx pose, elbows under the shoulders. Then lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. Inhale here. Exhale deeply. Hold for one more breath in. And exhale out. Then come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips and push back into downward dog. Bringing the ears in line with the arms. Focus on lifting the hips up, trying to create length through the spine. Hold for a breath in. Exhale and sigh it out. Then take baby steps to walk the feet to the top of the mat, bending the legs to make this easier. When you've walked all the way forward, take a hold of opposite elbow and sway from side to side in ragdoll, just letting the body hang out like a ragdoll here. Good. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale and lift your chest halfway. Exhale and fold forward, bending the knees, bringing the fingertips down to the mat. Step the left foot back and lower your knee for low lunge, patting the knee if you need. With an inhale, reach the arms up and gaze ahead of you. Press the front heel into the mat and the back shin into the mat to create more stability here. And as you reach up through the arms, try to lengthen upwards through the spine. Inhale here. And exhale. Holding for one more breath. Relax the arms down. Fingertips come to the mat. Shuffle the front foot forward so that you can extend the leg and flex the foot. You can always keep a slight bend in the knee here. And you can either keep the chest lifted or fold forward, bringing the belly to the thigh for half split. Deepen the breath here, coming back to your ujjayi. Inhale, rebend the front knee. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Holding plank for a few breaths. Focus on pushing the floor away. If the hips are quite high, tuck your tailbone. Try to bring the body into one line. Alternatively, if the belly is sinking down, lift the belly up. You could always lower the knees if you're needing to modify here. Hold for one more breath in. Exhale, knees come down. Rock forward, bend your elbows lower through your modified chaturanga. Go slow with control. Keeping the hands close to the lower ribs. As you inhale, use the strength in your back to lift the chest. So the hands are just there for support. We're not pushing into the floor with them. Roll your shoulders back. And as you exhale, push back to downward dog. You could come through tabletop to make the transition a bit easier. Bring your ears in line with your upper arms. Focus on pressing through your hands, lifting your hips high to lengthen the spine. Inhale here. Exhale and take baby steps to walk the feet forward, bending the knees to make it more accessible. Bring hands to thighs. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your fingertips to the mat and step the right foot back, lowering the knee for a low lunge. Pat the knee if you need. And as you inhale, reach your arms up. Gaze ahead of you. Focus on pushing the left foot and the right shin into the mat for stability, and reaching up with the arms to lengthen the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the fingertips down to the mat. Shuffle the front foot forward so that you can extend the leg and flex the foot. You can always keep a slight bend in the knee here. Option to keep the chest lifted, or you could fold forward as we pause in half split. Inhale and rebend the knee and step to plank. Holding for 3 breaths here. Focus on pushing the floor away. Gaze down to relax the head and neck. You could always lower the knees if you need. Hold for 1 more breath in. On your exhale, knees down. Modified chaturanga, go slowly. Inhale to lift the chest, roll the shoulders back for Bhujangasana, cobra pose. And exhale to come back through tabletop, lifting the hips for downward dog. Pausing for a breath here, grip the mat with your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Folding forward here. With your inhale, round the back and slowly roll up to stand, just taking your time on the way up. It's no rush. Then turn to face the side of the mat and step your feet wide, about 3 to 4 feet apart, to come into a straddle stance. Rest the hands at the hip creases. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale and hinge from your hip creases to fold forward. As you fold, you may find that you need a little bend in the knees to make this accessible. Then bring the chin in toward the chest so the crown of the head is pointing down towards the mat or thereabouts. And we'll pause here. You have the option to bring the hands to the backs of the legs or the ankles if they're within reach. Bring hands back to hips. Inhale to lift all the way back up. Then turn your toes out so the feet are at an angle. And bend the knees so the knees are pointing in the same direction as the feet. And the hips will lower down to come into goddess pose. You could rest the hands on the knees here or bring hands to prayer. Focus the gaze on one spot and we'll pause here. Deepen the breath as the intensity of the pose builds. If you notice that you're arching your back here, tuck your tailbone slightly so we're creating more of a neutral column with the spine. Holding for one more breath in. Exhale and extend the legs. Good. Step your feet in hips width. Shift the weight into the right foot and open out the left leg so the knee is pointing to the side, and bring the foot against the inside of the right leg. You could either stay here. If the balance is feeling okay, you could lift the foot so that it comes up the inside of the leg. Then bring hands into prayer as we pause here in Vrikshasana tree pose, focusing the gaze on one spot to help with the balance. If the foot is wobbling side to side, that's okay. It's perfectly normal as we work out the balance. Inhale in position. Exhale and lower the left foot down. Then shifting weight into the left foot. Open out the right leg so the knee is pointing to the side, and bring the foot either just to the lower leg with the toes staying on the floor, or you could lift the foot up the leg if the balance is there. Bring hands to prayer and focus the gaze again on one spot as we pause here. Release the foot down and turn to step to the top of your mat. Finding Tadasana, relaxing arms by your side, gaze ahead of you. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale and step back to tabletop. Keeping the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. With your next breath in, reach the right arm up and turn the chest open. As you exhale, thread the right arm under the left, lowering the shoulder and the side of your face down to the mat. You could either keep the left hand where it is, or you could reach the arm forward. And then we'll pause here and thread the needle, relaxing into the support of the ground. Start to slow down your breath. Come back to tabletop. With an inhale, lift the left arm up, turn the chest open. As you exhale, thread the left arm under the right. Lower the shoulder and the side of your face down to the mat. And the right hand can either stay where it is, or you could reach the arm forward. Then without forcing anything, relax into position and come back to your breath. Come back to tabletop. And then find a kneeling position, or if this isn't so great for the knees, any other seated position. Rest the hands in your lap and lower the chin to your chest. Then rolling the head a few times in one direction, releasing any built-up tension in the neck. And then rolling the head a few times in the other direction. Bring the head back through neutral. Keep the eyes closed if you like. Inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale and roll them back and down. Inhale to lift the shoulders. Exhale to roll them back and down. Final time. Inhale to lift the shoulders. Exhale to roll them away, letting go of anything you've been carrying on your shoulders. And we'll take a final moment here in stillness, just to observe how the body's feeling. And if you like, you could set an intention for your day ahead, so that you have a clear direction. With your intention set, when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much for your time and energy this morning. I hope that this practice has helped set you up for a great day. Take care, and I'll see you next time.